You know that feeling, right? Everyone is incredibly busy. Running around, phones are ringing, keyboards are clacking, but at the end of the day, you look up and wonder, did we actually get anything important done? It's the sense of frantic energy that goes nowhere. It's pure chaos. So the big question is, how do you take all of that raw energy, all that human potential, and focus it like a laser beam? How do we make sure that every single action is actually pushing us toward a common goal? Well, the answer lies in a powerful set of ideas that are part art, part science. Today, we're diving deep into the core principles of business management. To get started, let's think about what management really is. I want you to picture it as an invisible force. You can't see it, you can't touch it, but you can absolutely feel its effects. It's what turns a room full of musicians making noise into a beautiful symphony. Okay, so here's the textbook definition. At its heart, management is a process. It's about planning, organizing, leading, and controlling your resources to hit your goals. And notice those two keywords, efficiently and effectively. Efficiently means doing things the right way, without waste. Effectively means doing the right things in the first place. Great management is all about mastering both. All right, so if that's the process, what are the actual tools a manager uses to build success? That brings us to our next section, a look inside the manager's toolkit. To make this super clear, let's imagine we're starting a brand new coffee shop together. It's exciting, maybe a little chaotic, right? Well, to make it a success, we have to juggle 6 key resources, famously known as the 6 M's. Okay, let's connect these to our little cafe. First, men, or as we should say, people. These are our talented baristas. Next up, money. That's the cash we need for rent and payroll. Our machines are that shiny new espresso maker and the grinders. The materials, of course, are high-quality coffee beans and fresh milk. Our methods are our secret recipes and the way we serve customers. And finally, the market is the neighborhood and the coffee lovers we want to reach. Every single business, big or small, rests on these pillars. But here's the thing. And this is so important. You can have the best beans in the world, the fanciest machine, and the friendliest staff, but if you don't have a process to bring it all together, all you really have is a bunch of expensive stuff. Resources are just the starting point. That raw potential gets harnessed by the management process itself. First, we have planning, deciding on our cafe's menu and our sales goals. Second, organizing, creating work schedules and figuring out who does what. Third, directing. That's leading and motivating our team every day. And fourth, controlling, keeping an eye on our sales, checking inventory, and tweaking things to make sure we stay on track. And the difference this makes is just night and day. I mean, look at this. Just take that first step, planning. Without it, you get total chaos. Orders get messed up, you waste milk and coffee, but with a solid plan, everything clicks. The path forward is clear, goals are hit, and most importantly, our customers leave happy. Now, this way of thinking didn't just appear overnight. It has gone through a huge evolution. It's a story of moving from a focus on the mechanical, the stopwatch, to understanding the human side of things, the heartbeat. In the early days, management was pretty informal. Then, people like Frederick Winslow Taylor came along with scientific management, which was all about making tasks super efficient. After that, Henri Fayol expanded on these ideas for the whole organization. But the biggest game changer happened after the 1930s. That's when the focus shifted away from the machine and toward the person operating it. This was the birth of the behavioral approach. And if you want to understand that early way of thinking, just listen to this famous quote from Taylor himself. It's all about efficiency, process, and cost. It's about optimizing the system like a machine. And that was a revolutionary idea for its time, but it was missing something absolutely critical. And that's when the big light bulb went off. Managers realized you can have the most perfect process in the world, but your machine is made of human beings, and people have feelings, motivations, and brilliant ideas. The whole game shifted from just directing things to actually developing people. And listen, this wasn't just a feel-good change. It has a staggering, real-world impact on the bottom line. Take a look at this number, 23%. Any guesses what that could be? Here it is. According to massive research from Gallup, companies where employees are highly engaged, where people feel valued, inspired, and connected to their work, those companies are 23% more profitable than their competitors. This was stone-cold proof that the heartbeat, the human side of management, is a direct driver of success. So, This brings us to our final and maybe most important idea today, because these principles, they don't just belong in an office or a factory. They are, in fact, essential life skills for everyone. I mean, just think about your own life. When you sit down to plan a family budget, that's financial management. When you organize a little get together for your community, you're organizing resources. Leading a school project, or even just trying to control your own chaotic weekly schedule. All of that is management. You are the manager of your own life. So, what's the one thing to take away from all of this? I think it's captured perfectly in this quote from Lawrence A. Apley. At its very best, management is about unlocking human potential in others and, of course, in ourselves. It's this skill we all use to turn chaos into progress, to turn ideas into reality, and to turn busyness into real achievement. So the real question is, how are you going to use these principles to shape your world?